Hope you're all doing well. Anyway, for the last 3 or 4 days since my last video, it's not stopped raining here again. So needless to say, we're back in the kitchen for another lockdown style project instead of being up at the plot doing things outside. What I'm doing today is I'm creating a little mini grow room. So if I bring these over here, we've got some chilli plants, a few different varieties that we've had on the go for a couple of weeks now. We've had 8 of them germinate, which is usually quite difficult with chilies to get them to germinate because they need a lot of heat. So we're lucky to have 8, and I've potted them on before I've done this video because it was starting to get a bit leggy. So when your seedlings get leggy, that's when they haven't got enough light and they've grown really sort of thin and tall and are starting to lean over to get towards the light. So you can see in these pots here, I've buried them all the way up pretty much to the first set of leaves that are just at the top there. And then we're going to pop them in the homemade grow room, and hopefully that's going to grow them into much bigger, stronger seedlings ready for getting planted out in the polytunnel. So what am I doing with this mini grow room? It couldn't be any easier to make if I tried. I mean, if I can make one, so can anybody else. This here is a good old Amazon box. In fact, it's the Amazon box that the new grow light was delivered in, because we've only just got this earlier in the week. This was £30 off Amazon, and as always with all the stuff, I'll pop a link in the description down below and you can go and click on that and take a look and see if you like those things from Amazon or not. So for the box itself, there's nothing much to it. I've cut the top front flap off, and the other 3 sides where the flaps are, I've lifted them up, stuck them together at the back to create a sort of high sides and back. I've then taken some tin foil and lined all of the inside of it. The reason the tin foil's there is twofold. One, it's going to give us just a little bit of insulation, so a little bit of extra warmth for the plants there. And the other reason is when the light shines down or shines at the back or whatever, the tin foil is going to reflect that back onto the little seedlings and plants that we've got, and it's going to help them to grow in that straight line and make them nice and strong, ready for going outside. So that bit couldn't be any easier. I must admit, when making this, tin foil isn't the easiest material to work with. It's quite difficult if you accidentally get it caught with a little bit of sellotape or something that we were using, and it tears dead easy or gets all crumpled up or moves around. It was a bit of a faff, but it maybe only took me 20 minutes to make that, so I guess in the grand scheme of things it's not that much time. So what we're going to do next is we will take this tray of seedlings here. I like to grow them in a tray like this, because any sort of seedlings that I do, I water them from the bottom, and the reason we water them from the bottom is so that the plants themselves create those nice strong roots, because that's where all the water comes from, especially when they're in the ground outside. It all comes from the bottom, so you get those nice strong roots established nice and early to give them the best chance of going forward. So we'll take these. I hope this fits because I've not tried it yet. We'll pop it inside there. Right, and here we go, the moment of truth. This is just how new this is. I haven't even taken the tag off the cable there. Hopefully this is all going to work first time. These are quite straightforward. They're on sort of these bendy metal poles. So we'll start to stretch them out. It's got a big sort of clip on the bottom, sort of bulldog style clip. We'll pop that on there. Plug that in, move this over, we'll bend the lights over the top of the box, and have I sit back down. In theory, when I press one of these buttons on the panel here, the grow light should come on, and there we go. It's as simple and as easy as that, and I'll try and keep those lights on for quite a long time during the day. Maybe it's a good sort of 12 to 18 hours, depends what time I go to bed. And we'll see how they get on over the next few weeks. There's lots of different buttons on these grow lights that if I press them, what I was talking about was the colour spectrum before, so you can change the spectrum to the different colours depending on what stage that these plants are at, what light they need at different times of their development. So I'll leave that with you to show you there. Dead simple. Couldn't be any easier. And the total thing altogether, I say everything all in, was about £30 because that's what it cost me for the light. The box is what the light got delivered in, tin foil from the kitchen, little seed tray, pots and stuff that we already had anyway. So hopefully I'll do another follow up on this in a couple of weeks when these seedlings and these chilies sort of come on a little bit better, and I can show you whether this sort of grow light setup that we've got going on here is any good or not. This is a bit compact at the moment because we've only got 8 chili plants there in the go. I mentioned in the last video as well, we're in Scotland, it's a bit cold, we get a really late frost date, so it sometimes takes us a little bit of time to catch up with all you folk down south with the different growing you've got on. You can often get a lot longer growing seed and things going on earlier than us in the year, but we'll be sure to catch up with little inventions like this that'll hopefully help us on the way there. And what I might do is, in the future, obviously once we start getting towards spring, once we get into sort of March, April kind of time, we're going to have a lot more on the go, a lot more stuff growing, a lot more stuff we want to get started. And the good thing about this grow light is you can see these actually, you know, they're all sort of separate ones. So there's nothing to stop me from expanding this, getting a bigger box or multiple boxes next to each other, and we can move these 2 lights into one box and these 2 will just stay over that one. Anyway, hopefully that's maybe given you an idea of something you could do at home, especially during lockdown. You say, just order one of these off Amazon. They'll have them on eBay and all sorts of places like that you can get them from. You don't have to get this particular one. Loads of different ones out there. As cheap as they come, 30 quid. You can get the sort of Rolls-Royce Mars Hydro grow lights. They're a lot more bigger, they're a lot more expensive, they do a lot more, but I say they're going to hit you in the pocket if you want to use one of them. If you've liked what we're doing here, please give the video the thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Say all these sorts of little projects and things that we get up to, the experiments. I like to do follow-up videos to show you whether it's working or whether it's a waste of money or a waste of time. So we'll keep you up to date in the next few weeks how we've got on with these chilies and anything else that we're getting on with. Okie dokie, thanks for watching folks. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.